Hello there, General Techno here with a review of Transformers Henkei Convoy, aka Optimus Prime, aka the same mold as the Transformers Classics Voyager-class Optimus Prime. Now this review is going to be a bit of a comparison with the original toy as well. So here's the Henkei version of the figure, and now here is the Classics version of the figure. I don't have the top on it quite right now. It's being used as a gun for a cliff jumper, but you can see that the stripe patterns are very different among the two. It doesn't show up that well, but the shade of blue on the legs is different, as is the shade of red on the cap. Now, what doesn't show up very well on the camera is that the shade between the shade of the painted plastic for the windows is slightly off the shade of the plastic. I guess you can see a bit here and here. But the paint matching is actually better on Hasbro's version, interestingly enough. As well, there's a few other small details, such as the painted window right here, which the Classics version lacks. And if we turn it around to the front, we can see that it has a chrome bumper, front bumper, and grille, which looks a lot better than the Hasbro gray plastic. This is the thing that I really like about this and what helps sell it, that it looks awesome as a truck. And as you can see, it's also got blue lights like the G1 Prime. And the clear plastic is a slightly different shade as well, I believe, but it's very hard to tell this. Anyway, just to do a quick overview again, he's got the smokestacks right here. They're essentially the same on the Hasbro version in terms of coloring. And the gun up top is a slightly different color. Now then, let's go into the actual transformation of this sucker. Alright, to transform him, we're going to start by removing the windbreaker, or whatever it's called, and the smokestacks, and these are going to form the weapons later, which leaves us with something looking like this. We're going to start by taking these pieces and folding them up like that. And now we fold the entire assembly down, it's pretty tight, in order to reveal the legs. We can stand him up like so if we want now, and we get something that looks like this. Hello, look at me, I'm Mr. Truckee with backwards legs. Anyway, we then, like the Classics, we open up these pieces here to reveal the arms, which have Autobot symbols on them, unlike the original. Another detail I forgot to point out on the original, because I couldn't see it at the time, but I'll show you right now, is that, while this one has a rub sign right here that reveals the Autobot logo, the Henkei version has no rub sign. Instead, they use actual Autobot logos on the figures. So you would fold the arms up next, and you can fold the head up like so, fold this back piece up like this, and the entire upper waist bit here rotates 180 degrees. We fold the arms down like this, and these pieces here, as you can see, fold down and up. Rotate the arms, and now to get it all back in the picture, we go back around the back and we push this piece down and up, take the bumper, and we fold the bumper up behind the back like this. Again, you want to be really careful on this one because it's really nice chrome and you don't want to scratch it. Alright, almost done. We flip the head like so. Dramatic head reveal here. And as a final note, we flip up these two pieces here and position everything. And voila, we have Optimus Prime. For his weapons, these are also straightforward. The weapons are just a matter of flipping out these back pieces here, going in and flipping out these pieces, as you can see, folding it in half, and then it just pops in his hand right here, giving you a 4-barrel blaster. As for the other one, you just fold this piece in half here, fold this out, and there's a little piece in here that you fold in, like this. And that's pretty much his robot mode. I'm going to show off the light piping when I do the comparison, But for now, here's what he looks like from the side, and here's what he looks like from the back. You can see the chrome definitely there. Alright, next up I'm going to go and transform the Classics Prime and do a quick comparison of the two. Here we have the Henkei Prime side by side with the original Classics Prime from 2006. The comparison here is pretty striking. You can't really see that it's a different shade of blue on this camera. You can slightly, but you can notice that this Prime has more blue paint apps, as seen here and here, whereas the Henkei Prime has the Autobot symbols on his shoulders, like G1 Prime had, and he has fully silver upper legs. That's another notable thing as well, whereas this one, as you can see, uses gray plastic. This one actually has the legs painted and the waist, and painted silver, which looks very, very nice indeed. It's one of the things that helps make this really stand out in package. As well, one thing that I do like about the Classics Prime better is that he has yellow on his forearms here, as you can see. G1 Prime had this. This Prime doesn't have it. But by the same token, he does have silver paint apps on the forearms over here, which do look very good. I also like the more subdued yellow paint apps on his waist here as well, compared to the spatula on Classics Prime, which, though cool, is a spatula. Another major difference that I should probably point out is the heads. Now the heads, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get this right, but if you can see here, let me just bring it up to the camera. It's not going to be the greatest focus, but you can see, for instance, the yellow crest here. And a more subtle difference that may not be noticeable. His face is painted, whereas the original Classics Prime just has the faceplate painted, which makes a huge difference in my books. The weapons, again, there's not much of a difference between the weapons, and I'm going to do a quick comparison of light piping on the two. As you can see here, this one's got decent light piping, but the main negative with it is that it does not, due to the plastic color, it does not show up very well at all in a broad daylight. You can't see the eyes that easily. Whereas this one uses a lighter blue plastic, which results in a more vibrant eye color, and it looks a heck of a lot nicer. For some quick photo comparisons, or rather scale comparisons here, I'm going to just take him off there and do a size comparison. First with Henkei Starscream. As you can see, he's quite a bit taller than Starscream. And for a more recent figure, I'm going to put him next to Universe Galvatron right here. Again, Prime towers over Galvatron, but Galvatron's in pretty good scale with the Titanium Optimus Prime, so that works alright. Final comments on this figure. I like the original Classics Prime a lot when it came out. This one improves on it greatly with its paint apps. The thing that I like the best about this Prime is that he looks... When I saw him in the package, that was what clinched the deal. Pictures don't do this guy justice. You need to see this guy, and he's a figure who's more of an impulse buy, because you see him and go, holy crap, that looks a lot better than my Classics version on my shelf. For anyone who doesn't have this mold yet, I recommend getting the Henkei version first. Either that, or get the City Commander set with the original, and then have a really nice looking Prime. General Techno signing off.